Welcome. This is Digital Micro. You're watching the Digital Micro Trading Journal, Day Trading for ROI. Non Farm Payroll setup for Friday, the first Friday of every month. You have a non farm payroll in the Globex time zone. So it's important to do three things. If you're going to trade micro futures and you're trading Globex, this is a once a month opportunity that you have announcement on the news on this payroll, and it usually is volatility, and that's where traders can make money with the volatility in price. So before you actually trade, you need to know at least three things. What's your time frame? What are you operating on? A 1 minute 30-second trigger overlaid on a 120 minute? What is your time frame? The time zone is, who are you trading against? Who's doing this? Because I'll tell you what, a lot of the big guns that trade in regular trading hours are going to trade this once a month time setup. So you want to know how the reaction's going to be an hour before the actual New York Open, and then the actual New York Open. The news announcement is exactly 1 hour before the New York Open, but you're going to get two reactions from the news at the time of the news and at the time when the whole market's open for regular trading hours. And then the last thing is, if you're going to put on a trade right within the first 60 seconds of the news announcement, you better know your price target, your time target, how long you're going to subject yourself to being in the trade. And there better be some kind of risk management and stop. So there you have it, the non-farm payroll. This has been very good to me for my own personal trading. And for February 2022, I'm going to be there, and I'm going to be ready with dry powder. Let's go to the benchmarks. Okay, traders, let's take a look at where we're at with the benchmarks. Again, this is recorded in Asia Globex. Friday, Asia Globex to be exact. So the S&P 500 is up for the week 2.2, M2K Russell 2000, small caps 1.94. So that's the basics of going into a non-farm payroll Globex news announcement. If we've been green with all the news that we've had with the big smash mouth earnings disappointment from Facebook, Meta, and all the other things that have happened with the volatility, and we are green on these two indexes, that means I've got to be very careful here if I'm going to short. Keep in mind, I'm going to keep trading the narrative and the trade narrative, as I've explained in previous most recent videos, is the Fed does not have your back any longer. There's no more easy money. They're going to start contracting back on backing assets and raising rates. So that's not conducive, at least to the melt up that they've done in the last few years. But we've been so oversold, we're due for some kind of a minor rebound, so I'm cautious. I don't have any more crypto at this point. I'm all in on micro futures specifically, and 100% in cash at this moment after taking one day trade in the Asia session. But I do want to see Bitcoin, how it does, and note that it's doing worse than the S&P 500 equity index and the small cap. So really not understanding why the correlation is now going negative, and just seems like Bitcoin can't get anything going. No money in Avalanche either, but I'm just watching it here. It's outperforming, but again, these things aren't real big as far as the overall large week-to-date performance. But Bitcoin is the king of crypto, and altcoins are usually not that going to outperform, but I am watching and I want to keep my pulse on it. So there you have it. Those are the benchmarks. In the back of my mind, I don't see us necessarily turning red on these equity indexes for the week. I don't think they want to let the market melt down. But at the same time, historically, if we've had that bad of a January, I'm not expecting a lot for February. So let's see the reaction on the farm payrolls coming up in Globex. So let's go to the charts. Russell 2000, M2K, two charts. Again, I don't just trade with two charts, but I'm giving you an example here in Asia Globex of what the patterns are that I'm looking at. So we'll start on the left with the 120. So we first of all note that we've got compressions on the Bollinger Band. So a hard down on the upper, headed straight down, and upward U on the lower, and the middle Bollinger Band slanted. And note the price 2010. So that's my marker. I've also got a key anchored VWAP from last Friday, a week ago. And what was important about this, that it was the 11 a.m. closing bar or 4 p.m. closing bar, close of the market last Friday. The volume weighted average price was 2006. These two red lines denote the one trade I've taken already in Friday Globex earlier when Asia opened. I took a short on the top red line and took the cover here. So I'm pretty much done with that because this is, after all, the NFP, the non-farm payroll, and we know when it's going to happen. The time zone that it's going to happen in is Globex, an hour before the RTH regular trading hour open. So that's the time zone, and that's hours from now. So I need to see how the Europe opens, but I am thinking I'm going to leave a lot of room here before I enter the trade, but I'm looking to short if we hit in this 2010 area. On the right side, this is more structure. So volume profile, price structure on the blue here is the Thursday regular trading hour session. And here's Asia so far truncated, but notice this line here, the price pattern. We have a higher low because the close of the market on Thursday was pretty bearish here, but the Globex traders, maybe they know something, maybe they don't. Their volume weighted average price structure is 1996 from the close of the market Thursday. And note, price is already 2001.9. So that's very close to the price where I originally shorted prior. Again, denoted on this yellow line. So I'm flat, 100% in cash with dry powder. I'm going to just wait for the Europe pivot after Shanghai and Hong Kong close. I want to see how the DAX, the FTSE, and all of Europe opens. We'll see what volume we get. But there you have it. The key setups are going to be how Europe does on the Europe pivot for the first hour or two, and then really keeping as much as possible in dry powder until the setup, which will be the news announcement on the non-farm payroll. I want to see the reaction. I don't really care about the number. I care about price action and what it's going to do with these compression Bollinger Bands. And again, I want to look at the price structure. So there you have it. Appreciate the views. Please subscribe, hit the take care. Aloha.